Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, what's my favorite book, guys? You guys know. If you follow me, subscribe, you know. Think and Grow Rich. Mr. Napoleon Hill, right? In this chapter, we're going to talk about how it pays to know how to purchase knowledge, right? Now, a good friend of mine, wise woman, she told me, she said, your videos are good, but slow it down. You don't have to read as fast or speak as fast. And I'll be honest with y'all. A lot of that was due to my I got the little app. It's called Captions, and I'm still learning this YouTube thing. But all of my videos have to be shorter than 5 minutes, so I can put the little background music in the back. If it go past that, then it just won't be nothing. It'll just be me. So I always try to do that, and then I could, I put the little captions on there too. But we in this thing for the long haul, so I'm gonna figure out what app to use or what site to use or whatever to plug my videos in and keep the background music and all of that. I know it's something that's probably super simple and I'm overthinking it, but I just think it's funny because I just want to show my mistakes and show that I'm human, like I'm normal. I don't care about looking crazy. Like I'm not on here talking saying nothing wrong or saying that I don't believe. So I just think it's funny. I look back at this and like, wow, this was something simple. So Napoleon Hill, Think and Go Rich. It pays to know how to purchase knowledge. And I'm gonna read slow and I'm gonna take my time. There's no rush. And then I'll give y'all my thoughts on this. So here we go. Hopefully y'all can hear me. You see, I got the mic. I usually hold it, but put it on here so I can double up. First of all, decide on the sort of specialized knowledge you require and the purpose for which it is needed. To a large extent, your major purpose in life, the goal toward which you are working, will help determine what knowledge you need. With this question settled, your next move requires that you have accurate information concerning dependable sources of knowledge. The more important of these are: A. One's own experience and education. That's your number one teacher. B. Experience and education available through cooperation of others. C. Colleges and universities. D. Public libraries through books and periodicals in which may be found all the knowledge organized by civilization. E. Special training courses through evening classes and distance learning courses in particular. As knowledge is acquired, it must be organized and put into use for a definite purpose through practical plans. Knowledge has no value except that which can be gained from its application towards some worthy end. This is one reason why university degrees are not guarantees of successful careers. If you contemplate taking additional schooling, first determine the purpose for which you want the knowledge you are seeking, then learn where this particular sort of knowledge can be obtained from reliable sources. Successful people in all callings never stop acquiring specialized knowledge related to their major purpose, business, or profession. Those who are not successful usually make the mistake of believing that the knowledge acquiring periods ends when they finish school. The truth is that schooling does little more than point one in the direction of how to acquire practical knowledge. And there's this extra part, but before I get to this part, I'm gonna say this. A lot of people, and I'm guilty of this myself. You go on Instagram or Facebook, right, and you follow these people. Um, Not like your regular friends and family that you went to school with or people like that, right? But like people that got hundreds, million subscribers, and they're selling things, and you might think that they're scamming you, and there are people that do scam, but some of that stuff is beneficial. Once we graduate high school, right, and you don't go to college, you kind of stop. A lot of people don't read as many books. This is another example of how to purchase knowledge. You purchase it through these books. And like I always tell y'all, this book here was the first book that I read on deployment that opened my mind up. That honestly is ultimately part of the reason that I'm here today, because this kind of gave me secrets that, because most people, as you age, you kind of think you know everything. We get set in our ways, and you can't really tell no grown up nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, because I was like that, and I think I'm always right. That's like one of my flaws, right? But I'll admit that. But I do know one thing: I don't know everything, and it will be wise of anyone to go out there and seek more knowledge, depending on what you want in life. If you're cool with where you at, this don't apply to you. If you want more, like I talked about in previous videos, mentorship. And mentorship doesn't have to be a person. It can be a person's book. Napoleon Hill died 50 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, a long time ago. But he's mentoring me through his words that he wrote. That's the importance of books. So it pays to know how to purchase knowledge. This is a chapter. This book was written in the 30s. It is 2025. This is 100 years old, just about 90 years old, and so Napoleon Hill is my mentor. Some of these things, obviously, times are different now, but actually, it ain't as much different as you might think. A lot of this stuff, like, you can read it, and it's like you can really just apply it to today's life. Only thing now is we're just more technologically advanced, but the people haven't really much changed much in 100 years. So it kind of puts you opens your mind up to, like, oh wow, okay, let me keep reading and seeing what other people are, what I'm saying, their knowledge. And like I said, that's a form of mentorship. Um, College is good. I'm in the Navy, like I always talk about, and I'm taking school. And there are classes, like my first class was a philosophy class. Opened my mind up to make, I learned about Socrates and Marcus Aurelius and a lot of these guys, Stoicism and all of this. The class wasn't centered on that, but like just getting a couple nuggets to add to my toolbox, my mental toolbox, helped me. So even college, even these courses, like I said, a lot of guys, people you might follow on social media, you think they're scamming you. A lot of things are scams, but if you spend some money and you get one or two things, you're not nothing is free. Anything that's really worth having, it ain't gonna just come free. You gotta, these people, I get it. These people are working their butts off, so it just makes sense. It's like, okay, they're gonna sell you something, so they gotta feed their family. They got bills to pay too, so it makes sense to sell a product, to sell products. It's business, right? At the end of the day, if they're giving you all of this free knowledge and wisdom, or you enjoy their channel, support them. So purchase what they're selling. Some things are scams, of course, but you're honestly not gonna know unless you try. And if you are trying to get ahead and you putting your money down, you're gonna learn something. So at the end of the day, there's really no losses. It's just you're learning. So in that, even though you may have lost some money, which money ain't nothing, and I'm not trying to say that, like, oh, because I got it. Like, no, I need money too, but it's a tool. But you have to feel like money ain't nothing. You need to acquire it so you can then realize it. Because I get it. When you don't have it, when you don't have water and you're thirsty, water is everything. But when you have enough, you can drink too much of it, right? You can have too much money, and it could, like I always say, it's not about what you need to do to get the things that you want. It's about who you need to become to attract the things that you want. Learn all of that from this book. I shall continue reading. Year after year, university careers advisors report that recruiters who come to their campuses are chiefly interested in hiring students who have studied in specialized fields such as business management, computer science, mathematics, chemistry, and other areas that prepare them to move rapidly into productive jobs, rather than the liberal arts students who have broader but unspecialized schooling. However, there are many students with great potential who did not choose a specialization, because they were not sure at age 18 to 20 in what areas they wanted to make their careers. Many of these men and women have a diversified education as undergraduates, but choose a career oriented postgraduate qualification. Young readers of this book should not rush into choosing a specialty until they learn enough about what the field entails, its opportunities, and its disadvantages. That's good advice. Most universities and college provide information and guidance to students to help them make this key decision. Whether or not such guidance is available, students should explore a variety of fields, read as much as possible about that field, and talk with people who currently are engaged in their work. That is key. I'm gonna stop right here too because I'm gonna say this. I didn't go to college because I always felt like, school was it was always a joke to me. Now, I believe their school has its pluses, right? Like the social part, that's good. You need to be around people. Like you have to interact with people. That's just life. So it gives you that, right? But like I talked about in previous videos, I have yet to use algebra, hell, geometry. A lot of the things that I was learning in high school, I haven't used it in my adult life. And I'm almost 30 and I've been in the military 11 years now. Now that I am in college, I can say that okay, I've learned some things in college. Some, not much, like to where it's like you need a degree per se, but I can understand. Okay, jobs looking at it like okay, this degree is like a prereq to getting this job. And there are some jobs like obviously if you going to school to be a doctor or a lawyer, you need to know medicine, you need to know law, like you know what I'm saying. Like those things make sense. But I know a lot of people. You 18, you coming out of high school, 17, 18, you joining college, and you don't know what you want to do, and you spending money on this useless degree, and then now you in student loan debt, all of this, right? That's why I chose to join the military because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And I was like, I don't want to go to school because I just felt like it was a joke. I'm gonna just be honest. I felt like it was a joke. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to military, and eventually, okay, now I can mature. I'm getting paid. I'm getting some structure, and I'm learning. I'm learning myself, but I'm not consciously knowing this though. I'm just, for me, it was like, okay, I'm 18. I want to leave Louisiana. I want to see the world. I want money. I don't want to go to college. So I need to do something because I ain't gonna be no bum. I'm not gonna stay where I'm at. I'm not gonna live with my mama. So let me do something. And then my uncle joined the Navy, so I kind of knew some stuff. I'm like, okay, if he could do it, I can do it. I want better for myself. I don't really know what I want to be yet, because I wouldn't want to be in the Navy for the sake of wanting to be in the Navy. I wanted to be in the Navy to do something and to kind of make me a better person, like learn and grow. But I ain't want to, I didn't know what I wanted to be career wise yet. Because like I said, when I was younger, I wanted to be a barber. But now I matured. I'm like, okay, what do I like? What do I gravitate towards? What do I like? I like psychology. I like these books. I like intersexual dynamics. I like male and female dynamic. I like people. I like talking to people. I like to know why people do the things they do with the mind. Like that intrigued me. So that's what I got into. I started reading all these books. But that took some time. Now, say I would have just got out of college and I just would have, or got out of high school rather, and went to college and just picked something, and then I'm like, damn, I don't want to do this, or got into something just because I've been told that this is what I should be doing, and now I'm miserable. You know what I'm saying? So it's deep, man. It's deep. So here we go. Huh. Not all careers require university degrees. Facts. A lot of. Let me start one more time. A lot of these jobs nowadays is really just, you can get a good trade, man. These truck drivers, plumbers, electricians. You don't have to go to college. And these guys are making money, landscaping, all of that stuff. I ain't saying it's easy work, but you can make a great living not going to college. Okay. Other types of training are available. Most universities have continuing education programs for people who want specialized knowledge. Some offer certificate programs for people in which people desirous of either learning a new field or honing their skills in that field can take a series of carefully designed courses to obtain the necessary knowledge. These courses are given in the evening or at the weekends and are usually attended by adults rather than college age students. This is exactly what I'm saying, right? Home study programs, often referred to as distance learning, which is what I'm in. I take, online college, same thing. And mind you, this book was written in the 30s. This is crazy. Available by correspondence or through the internet. Oh, you know what? So the internet. So this is the okay. So this is the revised version of this. So you have the book, and then there was like another author. They came and yeah, okay. See how I say revised. So it's the same text, but then they put it in like italics to kind of give you more of context, like and apply it to today's um terms, which makes sense now. Okay, because the internet, 1930, like there's no internet. So one advantage of home study is the flexibility of the program that permits one to study during spare time. Another stupendous advantage, if the provider is carefully chosen, is the fact that most courses offered provide opportunity for students to obtain clarification or additional information by mail or email, which can be priceless value to those needing specialized knowledge. No matter where you live, you can share benefits. Man, a page, a page and a half, man. I think you guys can start to see why this book did so much for me, man. Because, and I'm gonna make another video on this too. You see the world one way, and mostly like I said, most people once you get up a certain age, people become set in their ways. So it's kind of when you come across some information that forces you to change your viewpoints, it's like interesting, it's mind blowing, and it catches you by surprise because like I said, earlier, you think you know everything and think you kind of got a good understanding, and it's like I've been looking at things all wrong. I got a decent grasp on people. I got a good, you have a feeling like good and bad people, but when you read something like this, it makes you think good and bad people, or are these like example? Are there good and bad people, or are there people who became what they became due to a series of events, due to things that happened to them in their life, due to factors? And it kind of makes sense, right? I can't be mad at someone for being racist when all they saw was when all they've been exposed to and all they've been told all their life is these people are this way. Are they ignorant? Absolutely. Is it not true? Absolutely. But if that's all they knew since they were young, it's like you can understand it. I'm not saying that they're right because racism is stupid. There are there are people who do good and bad acts of every single race, gender, everything. There are like just some messed up people in this world, but there are some great people in this world, and those come in all colors, shapes, sizes. But if you ain't been exposed to that, how would you know? So once you get but it shift your perspective. Be like, oh, I get it now. But if you are in a product of your environment and all that you have seen is this way, it's gonna be damn near impossible to change your mindset because it's all you know. So this is one of these books that shift that perspective, man. But the point of this was specialized knowledge, right? So, like I said, it's 2025. Most people go to school, and they get these degrees or whatever. A lot of jobs require degrees, but your best teacher, which was why I was A, is your own personal experience in life. Life itself will teach you things. You will learn about friends and family, people turning their backs on you. You will learn about heartbreak relationships. You will learn about just yourself and certain things that you can do, eating, working out. Just time and experience will teach you these things. So it's not necessarily You can read 100 books. We have the internet, so you can read 100 books on working out. But if you're not gonna physically do it, or you ain't got no trial and error yourself, because everybody's body is different. I have a guy who I'm friends with, my boy Herman. I grew up with him. This boy don't work out. This man has been 2-3% body fat his whole life, shredded up, cut up, muscles, abs, and he eat whatever he want. Still to this day, till we grown, he literally still looks like how we look when we was kids. If I don't work out, I'm gonna blow up. I have to watch what I eat and put on my. That's just how things are. So you you gotta. So not only do you gotta get the knowledge, but that's why I say life is your number one teacher. Because the first thing you should learn is to know yourself, know your triggers, know what you can and can't do, know what affects you, know what. Okay, I know when I drink, I end up making bad decisions, so I'm gonna have to limit myself from drinking. I'm gonna have to do these things. I know if I go to the mall and I have low self control over swiping at the card, let me just not go to the mall. Let me not put myself in these situations. So you learn yourself first, then you'll be all right. So like I say, life is your um, number one teacher. And then what it say? So that's A. And then experience and education available through cooperation of others. So that's just learning, what I'm saying, through people, like learning through other people, friends and families. Like I say, you got heartbreak, betrayal, friends stab you in the back, all of that. Colleges and universities, you actually do learn stuff in college. I believe that it's better for you to have that kind of like how I'm in the military and I go on the ship and like I'm in the field. It's the same thing with college and university. Like you getting that on college experience, getting away from home, and you getting wrapped up, immersed in that college life. I think that'll do something to you. But even just online training, like you learn things that it's good. It's good information. Public libraries, you go, you read these books. That's what are we talking about on this channel? Is all these books. Then it say special training courses. So you might think it's a scam or your favorite YouTuber or whatever. Man, spend $100, get something out of it, man. There's knowledge. Rather, the application of knowledge can change your life. But go get the knowledge, man. If you got to pay $100 or $200 for something that you're interested in and you're skeptical about it, like I always say, you would rather what if than oh well. You would rather, I'm sorry, no, you would rather oh well. Dang, I wasted $100, but hey, I don't want to let this opportunity pass me by, and I could have learned something that could have changed my mind, could change my life. I spent, I don't know what is it, $27. Here I am making content off of this book, and I wasn't thinking nothing of it. I didn't think, I never thought, but that's the whole point. You buy something that could, you know what I'm saying? Got me ahead, open my mind up. Here I am talking to you guys. And one day in the future, I'm gonna be somebody gonna be on YouTube, just like how I'm on here right now, reading my book, talking to you guys. And it's gonna look way different probably. Probably won't have no LED lights and this type of TV. He'll probably have some stuff where it's some virtual type thing, right? But 23 minutes. This is my longest video, and I feel good. Come a long way. I'm at 99 subscribers. I'm gonna get to 100 probably tomorrow, and I'm gonna keep making these videos. I'm gonna make a video on that, and I appreciate you guys, man. Look for the silver lining and everything. No matter what you're going through, it could always be worse. God is good. You are blessed. You are fortunate, and you can do anything if you put your mind to it. If you believe in yourself. I am Richard Wilson, like always. Make sure y'all can hear me. I am Richard Wilson, as always. Thank you guys. You guys have a good night.